In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how you can create this smooth animation in DaVinci Resolve. This is completely free. I have the DaVinci Resolve Studio version, but everything I'm going to do in this video is also available in the free version of DaVinci Resolve. The first thing we're going to do is to create a new timeline and give this timeline 60 frames per second. So now we can already create this timeline and we need to put an adjustment clip in. Now we are ready to start animating. To do this, we just open up the Fusion tab down here, and now we can see that we have our media input and our media output. But until now, we have nothing on the screen. So we click on the media in node and press Shift plus space. On Windows, it's Ctrl plus space, and we just type in MRG and hit enter. Now we have a merge node, and now we can just put in our icon and connect it to the merge node. You can see we now have it on the screen, but we can either drag it anywhere or highlight it on the screen. To do this, we just click on our media in 2 because this is our icon, press again Shift plus space. Again on Windows it's Ctrl plus space, and then we type in transform and hit enter. Now we have a transform node, and you can see with this transform node we can move around the icon on the screen, but it won't have an animation. To do this, we go to the first frame of the adjustment clip and set a keyframe by ticking here. You can see it is now red, and we can change the position. So we're going to say our starting position of the animation is right here. I also want to change a bit the size, but this will be constant, and so I don't have to set a keyframe. Next, I want my animation to be half a second long. Half a second is 30 frames because 60 is 1 second. So we go here, set again the keyframe and move the object over. You can see it also created a path behind it. We could also click on this here and move around with curves, so it would change his animation path, but this is not relevant for us. Now we can see we have created an animation, but this animation either look good, either is smooth, because I want that my animation starts slow and goes quick and then ends slow. So the first thing we're going to do is to go under the transform node, open up the settings and tick motion blur. Now you can see it already looks a bit better, but now we come to the important part. We just have to open up the Spline tab. Here you have displayed every node which contains an animation. So keyframes. Tick here and then we can see a pink stroke. Now we have to mark both keyframes. The keyframes are those locks. Now you can see both keyframes are selected and we can press F. Now they already have a slight curve. You can see this in the animation, but this doesn't look good for me or for us. So with this both handles we can change the way the animation is going through. So we just put them both a bit out, and now we can see the animation starts slow, goes fast and ends slow. I can show you how this works. So this graph basically shows us how the animation speed change every frame. At the beginning you can see this bar don't go up very quick, so the animation just goes slightly forward, but as we continue the graph goes straighter up and you can already see the motion blur gains. And if we go more forward, you can see with every frame we're moving very quick, and at the end where the graph again isn't raising quick, you can see the animation goes slow again. And so you have created your first smooth animation in DaVinci Resolve. So if you don't want to miss anything out, just subscribe to my channel, and if you have any questions, write that in the comments and I will do a tutorial about it, or just answer you in the comments if it's something very simple.